Good morning this morning. Judy Life Mastery Consultant with another Facebook Live. Yep, it's Thursday, Facebook Live. And today's topic is, oh geez, I forgot. Memory. How many times have you said, I forgot. Let's see. But guess what? You really didn't forget. It just wasn't that important to remember. This is our topic today, memory. It's a fascinating topic. And it's one of our 6 mental faculties that we were given as a gift at birth. And we're developing them more and more and more this week. So let's give a shout out to everybody who's coming on. Hey, Tom Newell again, Pennsylvania in the house. I love it. So what's going on in PA today? Rainy, sunny, whatever. Where are you today? And why is memory an important topic? At least press a like or a love and make me feel loved. Give me some love here in Texas. I love it. We'll give it. Okay. So as more people getting on, I want to tell you some reasons to really, like this and, hit the love button. But more important it is to share this content. I'm going to say especially the content on memory. There's some powerful tools that I want to give you today that I've learned from my master teacher coach, Mary Morrissey, about this thing up here called memory, and that we all have perfect memory. So just get that out of your head now. I don't have a good memory, baloney. You have a perfect memory. We all have a perfect memory. We just need to develop it more or not, or throw away things that no longer serve us. So here's my memory story for today, Tom. You'll get a kick out of this. Back in school, many years ago in Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania, I was not the best student. I know that's a shocker. I know, for those of you who know me as a teacher, in the public schools here, I was just not a good student because guess what? I could care less. And you know what? Especially about math. How's that for you? I would go and try to memorize all those math facts and all that, but not really. And when I would memorize things, I would memorize things for a test and forget it. Anybody else have that happen through school? Where you knew that you had, especially for my driver's test, right? So I would memorize everything I knew that was going to be on the test, retain it just enough. I would cram in there right before it, get in there, how many miles you're supposed to, stay behind the last car, and I would memorize it, pass or not the test. I failed my driver's test a couple times. I know that's a shock. Go back, relearn it, go down, sit, and then pass it. And then it was gone. Now, one thing that I do remember and have a perfect memory of is walking to school and all the rocks and all the paths on French Creek, which is a little creek that ran through our town. And I used to go along that creek to school. And, and I had my favorite rocks. I know even now right where they are, the slate, and memorizing the water flowing over and the big tall pine trees that were there. My parents are buried in the Cambridge Springs Cemetery. And when I go back to visit, I can go down that hill and my memory is perfect about where it was. We had the snowball fights, the snow forts, everything there. So I have an intact memory about those experiences. So just a clue about memory. Sometimes it did not serve me, especially in the classroom. Especially when I was, trying to remember people's names too. We're going to go into some content about how to do that a little bit easier too. Okay? So, here's the topic, memory, and I want to present you 3 tools to increase your memory. You know, there is a song by Karen Taylor Good called On Angel's Wings. So much of my friends and over the past couple years have been worried or dealing with their parents who have dementia, where their parents don't remember things. Now, I'm working with a client now who's, hey, Robert, how are you doing? Where are you calling in from? Where are you dialing in from? We're talking about memory today. So what I was saying, that there's some of my clients are dealing with their parents who have dementia or loss of memory. But it's funny how you can go in and their long-term memory is pretty well there and intact. Now, the key to that is because where we emotionalize an experience, that is going to stick in our memory longer. Now, you can emotionalize an experience as a terrible experience, and that will stick in there, right? Or as a joyful experience. That also is a memory that will stick and come. This beautiful song by Karen Taylor Good was where she sings about her mom, as her mom got older, how she realized that she was releasing things that did not serve her anymore, like places, dates, even her kids' faces, that she did not need that part of her memory in her next phase. And it's called On Angel's Wings. And what she was, her essence of love and care for her family was there. So I'll put that in the comments below if you want to listen to that song. It really helped a lot of my clients who were, having a hard time with memory loss. So here we go. Here's some tools. One of the things that I up until now was challenged with was remembering people's names. This memory's like, I could remember things, and it's sometimes pretty embarrassing when I'll be talking to someone and in my mind it's like, I don't know their name, okay? I had to give myself permission to know that when I was talking to them, it wasn't their name that was important, it was something about them. So in my line of business, I meet so many people. Wow, thousands, in my workshops and, things. And I'll remember people's faces. And what I've trained myself to do is remember one thing about them and ask them that question. So I was at a seminar a couple weeks ago, and a woman came up. I couldn't remember her name, but I remembered she had a story about her grandson. So I went up to her and I'm like, hey, how's that grandson of yours? And it opened up a conversation. I was listening to her, and about 2 or 3 minutes in, I remembered her name. So sometimes it's not the name that's important, but something about an experience that you remember about them that is really an important thing. Just try that tool out this week, okay? The second tool that I'd love to pass on is that bring to mind, like a lot of us can remember the most terrorizing experiences of our past, which keep us stuck and not moving forward. I'm going to challenge you this week to release those terrorizing and bring to mind and write on a piece 3x5 cards positive memories from your past. A friend of mine, one of my clients, Karen, just went back to Detroit, back into her Polish neighborhood. She's writing a book with her 90-year-old mom about the history. And she went back to Detroit and dug around a little bit and met relatives and heard stories that she remembered from growing up. She's writing down these positive stories to give to her mom, who is now, quote unquote, in early stages of dementia, and they're sitting down and having these beautiful book memory experiences. They're writing a book, by the way, that'll be published. And this is like cementing the relationship that they have now. So bring to mind and write down those positive memories. I have so many positive memories of Cambridge Springs, Pennsylvania. But at the time, I couldn't wait to get out of there. I could think of all the negatives. Now, looking back, I have so many cool memories of that small town. So if you're just joining us, put in any kind of comments that you have below about this topic, memory. Okay? Okay. So memories, here's another like aha. Memory works both ways. Like what? You have a past memory, but you also have a future memory. Anybody ever get into future tripping here? You know, I know you do. We can like like memorize the catastrophes of the future. What works both ways. We could also memorize the beautiful things in the future. In Alice in Wonderland, it was the Queen who said to Alice, "I think 3 impossible things before breakfast." You know, and you'll guess what? You'll call those in. It'll happen. So here is another tool 2. Hey Felicia, how you doing? We're talking about memory today. Now we're in the part called the future memory. We just talked about past memory. Well, after this, I'm going to post this, and also I have a YouTube channel where I've been posting these every day. You can go in, it's Judy Matejcek channel. You can check all those out. So anyway, future memories. I was listening to a podcast last night, and they were talking about who is your hero. Who's your hero? Okay? Post in the comment, who is your hero? Who is one hero? And what qualities do you love about him? Okay, cool. All right, I'm seeing you. Like, love. Okay? And here's what he said. My hero is me 10 years from now. My hero is me 10 years from now. Think about that. Think about that. My hero is 10 years, me 10 years from now. And then here's another tool. He challenged everyone to write a letter from that 10 years out self to yourself now. So like I'm 66 now, right? So I'm going to future trip into my 76-year-old self. And I definitely plan on that, right? So I'm in my 76-year-old self. Everything I ever envisioned came true. You know, like standing on a cliff, swimming with the whales, you know, hiking up mountains, and, you know, all this prosperity and abundance. So I'm at my 76-year-old self. And I pick up a paper and pen and write, Dear Judy, I am so happy and grateful that when you were 66, you realized you had much more to give in life. I am so happy and grateful looking back that at 66, you are just starting your life. Okay? Rating yourself from 10 years out. And then this comment in this podcast, it said, okay, well, who's your hero going to be at 76? And he said, myself 10 years from there, my 86 self. You know, that is called future memory. So when you're future memorizing, you're seeing your 76-year-old self, you're not going to see yourself depressed in a wheelchair, falling down. I hope you're not, right? Teach this to someone. You'll see yourself still vibrant and healthy. And then write that letter back to yourself right now. Got it? Tool number 2. Tool number 1, pull out the positive memories of the past, memorize them, talk about them, put them into your day somehow today. Write a Facebook about your memories. Go dig up old pictures about the fun memories. I was in Pennsylvania, and Tom Stein, one of my buddies, was, jamming out with his harmonica or harp on my back porch. I remember Tom when he way, way when he was a kid. Talk about a memory flash. Yeah, flash from the past, a good flash from the past. Those are what we want to still fill our minds up with. Once again, you have a perfect memory. If you catch yourself saying, I forgot, you didn't really forget, it just wasn't important to remember. And we have this beautiful tool called Google now. Oh, man, if I had Google man, when I grew up in school, I could have Googled everything. You know, that's a memory, right? What we want to memorize are the feeling tones, and memorize the feeling tones of the experiences that we have had, and memorize the future feeling tones of what we would love. Okay, so here is tool number 3 on memory. Okay, imagine yourself 3 years from now. Okay, 3 years from now. In 4 different areas of life. And I want you to write this down. Challenge you to write this down. This is also good content, right, again, to share with other people. Write down for 3 years from now what you would love in your health. What you would love in your relationships. Maybe you've found the love of your life, your soulmate. Write down what you would love for your time and money freedom. If there was no just what would you love? And also your career. You know, I don't like the word retired. Start, if some of you are at that, whatever that is, retirement, what people call that, I'm going to challenge you. Another challenge is to start saying, I'm rewired. I'm rewired. You know? So instead of retirement, rewirement. I have a couple clients I am working with who are at that last stage, especially school teachers, last stage. They're going to rewire themselves in December. 1 more semester left. She is so excited about what's happening after this long career, that this last semester is going to be her best semester in her life. When we come from a vision, come from that vision, then all kinds of things unfold. So here's 3 questions to ask yourself at night. I know there's a lot of content. You want to rewatch this over and over again, and send this out to anybody that you think would just needs this or really would love some positive content about themselves and their memories, these gifts that we've been given. Okay? So like, love, 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 share, share, share. Okay, here you go. 3 questions to ask yourself at night. I'll put these in the comments below as well, so that you don't have to remember them. It's like, oh, I forgot. Okay, I'll put them down. I'm going to help you out. Yep. And also my YouTube channel. The first question to ask yourself at night: who or what inspired me today? Who or what inspired me today? Hey, Jocelyn. Boy, we've got Pennsylvania in the house. All my old crowd. All right. There you go. So, Jocelyn, what you can do is I'm going to post this. You can watch it from the beginning. So grateful to see you. I love it. Don't you love it? That we are still alive and kicking and rewiring ourselves. Okay, here we go. 3 questions to ask yourself at night before you go to bed. And this can become a practice. This will also help your memory. Once again, this is things to pass on for anyone who might be saying, I'm having a senior moment. Quit saying that. Quit saying that as an excuse. Stop it. That means, well, yeah, I can get by. Stop that senior moment. In the senior moment, in this time of our life, we are remembering important things that is keeping us going and those we love important. Going and going and going. Okay, so training your memory at night before you go to bed. So you get off topic here. Not off topic, just, whatever. I'm thinking about French Creek and walking down the creek. Okay, 1. Who or what inspired you today? Ask yourself those questions before you go to sleep. Okay? Write them down too. Okay? Somewhere in that day, in this day, you had an aha moment. Right? Carry a notebook. Write down those aha moments. Too often we remember the bitchy stuff. Like, oh man, somebody cut me off in traffic. Well, we're going to forget about those times. Like, because guess what? The conversations you have with people about everything that went wrong, they do not serve you or the world. Cut. When you catch yourself doing that, excuse yourself, go to the bathroom. I'm going to choose to be inspired today. I'm going to go on Facebook and watch this Facebook Live with Judy again. Okay, question 1. Who or what inspired you today? Okay. The second question to ask yourself, what brought me happiness today? This is all future memory, by the way. What brought me happiness today? Now, for those of you with grandkids, like, oh, when I walked in, they went, Nana, 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 whatever. What brought you happiness today? In the Texas heat, sometimes it's a great big old ice cream cone. What brought you happiness today? Or maybe you heard a great joke that you need to pass on. What brought me happiness today? Every day has potential for happiness. Every day has potential for inspiration. And the third question that's very important, what brought me deep comfort and peace today? What is it that brought me deep comfort and peace today? For me right now, it's a deep comfort and peace of visualizing in my mind French Creek and walking down there and just sitting there sometimes for hours and hours and hours. Yeah. What is it that brings you deep comfort and peace? So 3 questions to ask yourself at night. Who or what inspired me? What brought me happiness today? What brought me deep comfort and peace? And I can guarantee you, if you put these in your day and in your diet, your mental diet, you will live longer. People will want to be around you. You're going to be attracting new friends. Your old friends may think you're absolutely nuts. Oh, well. And you'll be becoming more and more and more alive. One of the things, my mom lived to be 95, and towards her later years, she was always out there, man. And someone asked her, what is the key, Rose, to your longevity? Get this. What is the key to your longevity? And she used to say, I just hang around with younger people. Well, 95, she's like, most of my friends have died. I hang around with those 70-year-olds. She used to go to Y and hang around with the 70-year-olds. And so that might be one of those keys for you. So I love it. Memory. This is my favorite topic. Your past memory, your future memory. Hey, Caroline, how you doing? I'm hooked to see you this weekend. So I'm getting ready to sign off. I'm going to post this. I highly encourage you to go back and listen from the beginning to the end on this little snippets and tools for developing your memory, your past memory, and your future memory. Do those questions at night. And also important, that part of like, who is your hero? And my hero, and what I was, is like my self 10 years from now. My hero is my 76-year-old self. And then write a letter from your 76-year-old self, or however old you are, to the self that you are today. And you know, one of the things I've learned by doing that is, like, I would say, Judy, relax, chill out, have more fun, you know? And, you know, from that self. So that's the future self, and get into it. Get into that, you know, so much. So there's those tools, memory tools. Remember to like, share this content. I'm putting all this also on my YouTube channel. Let's see. What can I end this with? Oh, I forgot. Okay, I started this with, I forgot. Guess what? You didn't really forget. It just wasn't important enough to remember. I love the fact I hereby tell and know that every single one of you has a perfect memory. So until tomorrow, with another mental faculty, I think we're going to go. So far, if you want to go to my YouTube, we've talked about perception, intuition, imagination. Today was memory. I think tomorrow we're going to talk about that mental faculty called will. Put a whole new spin on that. So until tomorrow, live boldly, think big, and accomplish brilliantly. The world needs you out there. The world needs you to be living the life you love in perfect freedom. Till tomorrow, peace out. Make it a great day. Use these tools.